One, two, three, four.
For me, when I need to write something, I need to have my well filled with observations and thoughts and characters, and uh, and then to be able to use that full well to create something. And so right now I'm filling the well. I'm such a slow writer, and I need things to kind of occupy a space in my mind for a while to work things out before I put them on the page. And there's so much crowding my mind these days that it's really hard to create the space that's needed for me to create. And I feel like I need to be okay with that. That maybe this is a time for reflecting, for um, observing what's around me, and the fact that maybe I don't have as much of a voice right now is okay because I'm listening to other voices. I think going from creative mode to creative mode is a function of not being too rigid. Theater or acting or writing is a they're incredibly hard professions to make it in. And so people put blinders on, I think. There's a certain tunnel vision. And if there's a tunnel vision, you're missing all these little things that appear, these little exits that could be possibilities. You take what you're interested in, and if it leads you somewhere, then go with it. Because you don't know where, what could happen, what the possibilities are. Being a person of color, being someone who's Asian, there at the time there wasn't a lot out there acting wise. It was, you know, uh, delivery boy, yakuza, mafia person, which I'm not that great at. So there weren't the opportunities that there are now, and so writing became a way of being able to express myself creatively. I don't have to choose between one or the other. I can do both. I got the first voiceover gig because they needed a sound alike for Jackie Chan, for Jackie Chan Adventures, a new cartoon. And so it's there where if I had stayed within my tunnel vision of, no, I need to be an on camera actor, I need to succeed in this, I might have like shuffled off that opportunity because it was voiceover. Instead, I allowed myself to explore that area, and all of a sudden it blossomed. I got to act, I got to create characters, and yet I didn't have to worry about all the trappings of image. And so I'm so glad that I could pivot when I did. And Avatar is such a great series that I'm just so happy that I got to be, a part of it in any way. So it's absolutely so strange that this character that has basically one line done in variations, should be so popular. It blows my mind, and that it's resurging now. It's great, and I think the good thing is that I'm not looking for it. Um, I never expected it, and so when it comes up, it's just this delightful surprise. But it's not something I'm hungering for. It's just a little delicious dollop of pleasure for me. And I think it's also this idea of not expecting things, um, being good with where you are, and then when these things happen, you can take pleasure from them, but you don't have to attach to them. There's the nuts and bolts of where Still Life Las Vegas came from, and then there's the subterranean, uh, unconscious reason to create it, right? And the unconscious reason didn't reveal itself to me until way after it was published. So all I knew was I wanted to write about a journey. I knew I wanted to have a Hapa character in it, someone who was half Asian Pacific. And I wanted to write about memory, about family history and the different archaeological strata of our stories that we tell ourselves about our family, about how things came to be. I was way into graphic novels at that point, and I knew that I wanted to have a graphic element component because I think that you really look at things differently. You process things differently with a graphic novel. And I wanted to see if you could fuse both prose and graphic novel together. I had seen it in children's books, but I had never seen it in a adult fiction. And then the idea of mythology, of family mythology, and then that grew to mythology in life. And there wasn't a better place for real life mythology than Las Vegas. A lot later, after the book was published, when I was giving readings, I realized, and this is so stupid, but all along I've been saying, oh, this has nothing to do with real life, but it's about this mother who disappears, and the son is trying to find out what happened to the mother. And it wasn't until the book was published that I was like, oh, this is about me, about something that I'm working out. Because at a very early age, my mother left. She divorced, and I never saw her again. And it's pretty obvious that this is what was going on, but I did not allow myself at the time to think about it that way. I had to put it in a mythology, the mythology of the book. And it's just been really interesting to see how that manifests itself after you've written it. That you just got to get it down, and whatever forces come out, whatever inspirations come out. And you don't question it, and you don't try to codify it and put it in to put it in a box of, this is what it means. This is what I'm trying to say. You just write, and you let whatever inspiration come out. And then after you've written it, then you could see, oh, this is what I mean to say.